So this morning, the National Hurricane Center has issued a storm surge watch from Bonita Springs north through Tampa Bay. This is an area where we could expect 2 to 4 feet of surge as those winds will be coming in from south to north. That's going to pile water up here along Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, especially on Sanibel. St. James City will be a little more protected, but we will see water move in and eventually up into the Charlotte Harbor as well. South of Bonita Springs, the surge is looking at 1 to 3 feet. I want to get you back here locally and start with what's happening on the radar this morning. We're starting to see some of that moisture surge into the southern parts of the state and over towards the Bahamas. This is the first of those showers and thunderstorms on the northern side of Tropical Storm Elsa, and right now they are impacting the upper Keys from Key Largo across the 18-mile stretch. As far as what we're looking at here from Babcock Ranch all the way out to Sanibel, we're dry. We're going to see afternoon showers and thunderstorms today, about an 80% chance to see one of those in your backyard. So we got a round of storms to get through before we start to see the wind arrive overnight tonight with Elsa. Our temperatures in the mid to upper 70s here, and the wind's pretty calm. That's going to change today as well. Here's the very latest on the 5 o'clock advisory from Tropical Storm Elsa from the National Hurricane Center this morning. Winds remain at 65 miles per hour. The pressure above 1,000 millibars. The speed is half of what it was late last week when it was moving almost 30 miles per hour. This morning, northwest at 14. That'll take it over the island of Cuba and eventually in the Florida Straits later on tonight into the early parts of tomorrow. It's at that point we'll see what's left here of the structure of Elsa, as the land interaction today could take a toll on it. Matter of fact, the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center shows some weakening before it re-strengthens back to a 65-mile-per-hour tropical storm sitting off of our coastline and then making landfall in the Big Bend of the state and weakening before moving through the Carolinas. Remember, this graphic is not an impact graphic. This just shows you where the center is forecast to be from the National Hurricane Center. We will be on what they call the dirty side of the storm with more moisture and that chance to see a tornado watch box issued for tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised at all if the Storms Prediction Center doesn't do that fairly early tomorrow. Here's a representation of the forecast wind field from the Hurricane Center. We'll stop this at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and you can see just off the coastline of Cape Romano and Marco Island, those tropical storm force winds getting close. By 1 o'clock, the coastal communities from Rotunda all the way down through the 10,000 island area, right there on the edge of the weaker tropical storm force winds, which are indicated there in the yellow, 39 to 57 miles per hour. The good news for Southwest Florida, that strong damaging core of tropical storm force winds will stay off the coastline and parallel us, and that's why we're going to get that surge moving in and that storm surge watch from Bonita Springs north. By Tuesday night after sunset, and especially Wednesday, the storm moves to the north and we begin to dry out and get back to a typical summertime pattern. There's been an update to the watches and warnings this morning with a 5 o'clock advisory from Flamingo all the way north to Inglewood. Southwest Florida is under a tropical storm warning as we expect those winds to arrive now here within the next 36 hours. So by definition, the National Hurricane Center has issued that warning for Southwest Florida. So here's the storm, and I want to show you what's happened here over the weekend. You see the path here south of Haiti, and I believe we have some video from both Haiti and Jamaica to show you what it looked like. This is storm surge from Cuba, and you can see those winds and waves crashing there on the southern coastline, and the government evacuated about 180,000 people there from flooding there with the storm. Now I want to move over to Haiti and show you some of the damage with Tropical Storm Elsa as it moved just south there. A lot of rainfall fell on the island of Hispaniola, and cleanup is already underway. And now it's Cuba and eventually the Southwest Florida coastline's turn to pick up some rainfall from this system. I want to get you back to the storm because eventually our tropical storm force conditions arrive here on Tuesday. With the cloud cover and rain, our temperatures will only be near 86. And then as we get back into the weekend, pretty quickly, just as fast as Elsa arrives, she'll move north and we get back to a typical summertime pattern here Thursday through the upcoming weekend. A lot to digest, a lot to get through. We have much more here coming up in the next 3 hours right here on Fox 4. Stick around.